we begin this half hour with the soaring prices that we are all seeing at the pump just ahead of the summer driving season. The national average for a gallon of gasoline, $4.59 as of Friday. That is 16 cents higher than this time last week and much higher than the $3.04 we were paying this time last year. Inflation, the war in Ukraine, supply chain issues coupled with rising demand are all factors in the steep prices, but there is more to it. Michael George is here to explain. Michael, good morning.
Dana, good morning. There is a lot of finger pointing about who's to blame for the high gasoline prices. Republicans blame the Biden administration. Democrats say the oil companies are price gouging, but analysts say the root of the problem is actually more complex. Certainly, along with the spike in prices at the pump, refineries and oil companies' profits have spiked too. In the first 3 months of the year, Chevron's profits rose 33% over the last 3 months of 2021. Shell's jumped 42%. ConocoPhillips is up 43%. And British Petroleum's profits soared 51%.
Oil companies are making a lot of money by going along for the ride. They're selling their oil at the market price.
Professor Severin Borenstein of Berkeley's Energy Institute points out that oil and gas production is caught in a tangled mess, compounded by the fact that there are 2% more vehicles on the road than there were before the pandemic.
Most of the increase has come from crude oil prices going up, and that's because world demand has been coming back quite strongly from the pandemic, and supply hasn't caught up. Even before Russia attacked Ukraine, we were seeing the production of oil lagging. Producers in the United States are reporting they're having a hard time getting workers to come back to the oil fields. They're having supply chain problems with parts and equipment.
Pinched wallets also present a challenge.
We don't go out as much with the car. We're my wife and I, we're kind of old farts, but we've been riding our bicycles.
But there may be a lot more time to practice before prices come down.
The reality is we are in for high gas prices, certainly through the summer and probably through the end of this year, possibly gradually going lower, but we're not going to see $2 or $3 gasoline even in the near future.
Now, there are early indications that more oil and gas workers will be back in the fields, and that'll help increase domestic production. Now, as for the millions of barrels of Russian oil lost per day, it's anyone's guess when that will change. But what can change are Americans' driving habits. Ridership on mass transit is way down. It's less than half that it was before the pandemic.
Sense. I get people are concerned, but this is the one way to cut back.
Absolutely.
But roads are packed?
Yeah.
Packed right now.
Michael, thank you. Really good information.